going to get in this stage of the major. So we're going to find out right now about stage 2. Stage 1 was rough, barely just made it through, squeaked through, probably shouldn't have made it through, but Faze is here nonetheless. Passion UA going to be defending against it up on the railing at car, out towards long A. Halzerk going to miss the shots initially, but here comes the pressure. Brokey finds one, and now the defense is in trouble.
Brokey and Jacob coming out on top. Frozen's found himself a follow-up kill, and Faze are now into a 4v2 with that bomb going down. Going to be very difficult to see a world in which Passion UA can pull this one off. Grim and Nyx giving it a good go. Grim's going to be all the way down in CT spawn. Nyx only at short now. With Faze having 2 players out long, Broken Twist, it's just almost impossible to imagine a world in which Grim maybe it's close to this, but then he opens up that possibility and makes us live in that world with a double on the dual Beretta. But remember, Twist is still long, and with that headshot, should silence any chances down into this 1v1. Nyx has got to fight for it, and Twist just isn't buying it. He stays out long, he's got the headshot, but he's not got the time. Great shooting from Nyx and Grim, but Faze will win the pistol.
Yeah, at least there's that to hang your hat on, as you got a couple players having some nice shots in the round. Otherwise, Passion just got run over by Faze. That's a very aggressive, fast pistol round. Not a whole lot of thinking going into it. Just smoke off the different positions, block lines of sight, hustle up catwalk, and applying pressure to 2 points at the exact same time. Nice split from Faze to get themselves the pistol, and Dust 2 off to a good start.
We got a 4 spot coming in here for Passion UA. You're going to have Halzerk on the scout. Nyx has actually managed to get himself an M4A1 out.
It's cool seeing this Passion UA. I'm excited. One of the early glimpses of what Kvem is going to look like in this team. Adding Ukrainian into the roster and seeing what he's going to be able to do for them. Someone we haven't seen in the professional scene all that much. So some potential there that Passion sees in the player. All this utility and all this presence, Passion's making it very well known that they have position on short, that they want to actually defend the Xbox jump up. They want to deny access to short. And so Faze are happy to let them have it, back away into the upper tunnels, and it looks like they're going to try and attack away from the strength and into the B bomb site.
Well, Kvem going to be holding on with the MP9. Pin in the corner, first bit of pressure coming his way. Distraction set up from his teammates, but that's all it is. They don't do anything. And Kvem only gets the 1 kill. Faze just bulldozed their way through this Passion UA defense.
Yeah, back-to-back rounds.
Yeah, that's going to be its 2nd round in a row here for Faze.
Yeah, not a whole lot of resistance near the pistol or this 2nd round. Weapons in position to do some damage. A nice crossfire set up, a little bait and switch. But Nyx can't get anything done with the M4. So a scout to be saved by Halzerk. And then we'll head into that 3rd round. But Faze have opened this up at a blistering pace, right? I mean, fast, aggressive rounds and very convincing rounds.
Maybe perhaps that's where they can use their advantage coming in from stage 1. Maui was having his opinion on that, and the fact that they're warmed up on the stage. He used the example that other teams coming from stage 1 have already found victory so far against teams that are starting in stage 2. What do you think about that, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, we talked to Lake about it on the podcast just yesterday, and I mean, he's mentioned it as well. He's felt it himself, you know, back in Austin, where he felt like he had the time to warm up, and he felt like they were hitting stronger than the stage 2 teams that come in. Now he's on, you know, he's very much kind of said exactly what we always talk about, is that stage 2 team playing their first game sometimes is a little bit shaky, getting acclimated to the climate you're playing in after a team has already been here for a week. And that's just one of the obstacles that Passion is going to have to overcome. The old complexity core mixed in here. Grim, Halzerk, and JT moving over to join up with their old coach in TC. And then picking up some young potential talent players. Nyx from North America, Kvem from Ukraine. And we'll see if this little Passion project can all come together at a right time.
It was a surprise move for sure. Passion UA going ahead and picking this complexity
spot. It was a very odd one, wasn't it?
Yeah, didn't see it coming.
Okay, Tyloo sticker, Passion sticker. We got a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we're going to have Tyloo a little bit later, aren't we? So that'll be interesting to see how it goes down for them. But scout for Halzerk, 5.7s. The Eagles, always a chance to do some damage in a round like this if you're Passion UA. Be intrigued to see how Faze decides to play once the guns come out, whether or not they keep up this bulldozing pace.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, despite the difficulties in stage 1 for Faze, you had Twist and Frozen popping off and having really good games and maintaining their form. Seems like the struggles of Faze kind of helping elsewhere, whether individual or how they play as a team. But having Frozen and Twist at least reliably and consistently performing for you is going to fill you with confidence even if you're not playing your best game. Those two guys can elevate you to a point where you can win games that you're not playing well.
Good shots here from the 5-7s. Kevem going to go down to Brokey, who waits in behind the Xbox. Holzer doing what he can here from the window, and he's gone, so that'll be the round here for Faze. Brokey, a player in particular that's had a lot of conversations and, you know, a lot of criticism for good reason. He's had a very tough month.
Well, sat out and benched for the Austin Major, came back in and seemed to have some good resurgent form. But yeah, it has stage one for him was very difficult getting back into things and didn't have the impact and the level of impact that we're used to seeing out of him. So yeah, him and Kerrigan struggling a little bit, Jacob as well. I mean, just getting into the swing of things, but
that's the majority of your team, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's almost like the Jacob one is like inexperience, obviously. But also, what a tough task kind of replacing Rain and having to fill into that position of a longtime team member. So we'll see if any of those guys, any of those three players, Brokey, Kerrigan, and Jacob, can step it up in stage two and have a performance that helps Faze have an easier time of things.
It's not like, you know, they had a performance in stage one that they get through easily, then they have some confidence going into stage two. Their confidence got shaken even further, and they're going to be coming at B, keeping it simple, but getting absolutely destroyed by Kevem. Got himself a double kill. JT also finishing off the damage that Kevem had initially output, and that's the round done. Faze trying to get into the B bomb site, they just don't break through at all.
Yeah, that's I'm wondering what happened that was not smoked off whatsoever. Maybe went a little bit early, but Kevem getting two of the clean fights out towards as they exit. I don't even mind the idea from Faze trying to hit like a nice timing pop into the B bomb site, make that a sore spot. But one smoke would have been nice. It's just if you throw that smoke, you kind of give away the game. And instead, on the other side of things, it looks silly as they come through the smoke one by one to their death.
You know, Holzerk, the cat, is gonna send that grenade in a little bit lower, and Frozen dodges the brunt of the damage. All right, clearing out the short corner as well with the Molotov, sending Jacob forward with a flash in behind it. Holzerk pinned up at long, even blinded, still hits that shot, and it's a great opening kill here for Passion Yue. And he wants to stay committed to help his teammate out in Grim. There's a little bit more of a ranged fight with that AUG, and it's 2 kills early for Passion Yue.
And yeah, I know this feels like a big underdog endeavor from Passion, but you know, if you get Grim popping off and having some good rounds, if you get Holzerk's op landing some shots, you're going to see some of the strengths in this team that can help them overcome Faze. Brokey dropping smoke left mid. Nyx is creeping up close towards middle as well. A trap set up between him and JT, but Faze decide not to challenge anything. They back off. And Grim is looking for any timing to push and wrap around from the long cave. I'd imagine it'd be coming in any moment. 30 seconds left on the clock. Holzer just holding the op angle up towards short. Faze don't yet look like they've made a decision of where they want to attack, but I feel like short is really their only option at this point. Or save.
On the back, Grim has one and couldn't get the second. He's run out of bullets here, and that makes it quite awkward for Grim on that flank. And suddenly Jacob and Frozen get 2 kills, which reopens the conversation here with 10 seconds left. It's Nyx going out of the window. Frozen stuck at the door, and he's got a plant immediately. And we actually got over there to the corner, going for the kill instead, and just not going to win that round. Not enough time to feel comfortable for Faze.
Yeah, Faze got stalled out for a little extended period of time around Xbox in that 3 versus 4. Not really sure where exactly they wanted to go. Grim did time that flank, that wraparound from the long cave pretty well. Probably could have gotten a double if he was a bit more patient, but it's all good. Nice job from Holzerk on the opening kill. Nyx playing this very smart, understanding the amount of time left on the clock, making Frozen try and plant in an impossible situation. As Passion start to claw back into this, and they've got Faze on just pistols.
Deagle's out at the moment here, and let's see, Holzerk again, another great shot, the AWP. Be a bit of a shooting gallery for him up in middle. Kevem's grenade taking Brokey down. And just nice and easy here for Passion Your Way. I mean, we talk about some of the teams that FaZe have lost to over the recent months and in Stage 1 and who they were pushed to the brink by. I mean, these teams were definitely weaker than Passion Your Way. You know, you could arguably say so. And, you know, you look at...
I mean, you wouldn't even have to argue that hard. One of the teams they lost to was NRG with the stand-in,
right.
You know?
So, there you go, the best of one. So, I mean, looking at Passion Your Way, it's like, this is an opponent that absolutely could defeat FaZe today.
Yeah, but, you know, I'll say this about Passion. I don't think they're like any kind of crazy... you know, they're going to have a tough time, I think, qualifying through Stage 2, but they are a team with the players that they have that on the right day, this can be a very deadly team, and especially best of ones can be a tough team to beat. As I mentioned, if you have like Grim having a great game, if you have Holzerk's shots landing, you have the players in here to turn this. And also, we've seen teams be able to get the upper hand on FaZe throughout Stage 1 as well. Red Canids felt like they probably should have eliminated FaZe before they even got to the last game.
Even in the last one against Fluxo, it was like, oh, well, barely got through that.
Yeah, not as easy as you would have liked.
Sigh of relief at the end. Yeah, good start from FaZe. It's just been fizzled out immediately here. Back to rifles, though. Everybody on an AK-47. They can have a pack of 3 players making their way through top middle. Karrigan's going to eat the brunt of that damage. Another one coming in. He's down to 28 HP, and he hasn't even seen anyone yet.
Okay, well, Kevem wants to challenge regardless. Thought maybe he'd back away after spotted. Good shot from Jacob. Holzerk steps right into the shot. Op doesn't have a chance to fire. Middle of the map is cracked wide open.
Opening kill and slowing down with a minute left. Just going to make sure that they progress up through Cat.
It's Grim and J2 have the pressure because they don't have long control either. So these guys have to be aggressive on short, which makes them susceptible to the flashbangs.
Yeah, great layers of flash as well. That was a secondary flash that came through that caught JT just moving out of position. But look how active Passion UA are on the CT side. Always moving, always trying to make a play. And here's Grim on the bomb site. It's not a single kill from him. It was Kevem that got that one at range. And Grim goes down on his second peak. So a force to Brokey and Kevem in this 1v1. It's got a long-range fight for Brokey all the way down to the mid doors here. Kevem sending shots past him, but Brokey gets away. And he's going to look for that plant now and get this into a 1v1 clutch. What a difference in experience between the two clutchers on the server right now. Brokey, all the experience, all the trophies he's lifted up against Kevem at the major here, and Brokey's going to come out on top. No issue for him in the clutch. Was always comfortable for the close for FaZe.
Yeah, Kevem actually taking a really, really aggressive philosophy in that 1 versus 1. Ran the whole way up, sold his position with utility. He was able to get an early advantage of spotting out Brokey's position, but from there, Brokey just knows where the next follow-up fight is going to be. Nice and easy for a pre-aim. Teaches the Rook a lesson, and FaZe maintain that lead, 4-3. I'll tell you what, though, for a young player, for a major rookie, I like what I'm seeing out of Kevem in terms of his fight selection. Like, he's not shying away. You saw that double kill at the B bomb site earlier. He's just standing and fighting in the open. He's not afraid to challenge and duel. So at least that rookie has no fear. First time out by FaZe. They talk things over, wanting to build this one-round win into a streak here on the T side of Dust 2.
Hey, you know you got FaZe bruised. You know they're on weaker weapons already from the get-go. Capitalize on this opportunity. Holzerk, he's got his AWP out again.
But out of money on the CT side is Passion. So a win here for FaZe, and they can take the reins of this map, and they can really run up the scoreboard. So a very big swing round for both of these teams right now in round 8.
Definitely a swing round at the moment.
Oh, it's that bust into the B bomb site. Nobody's home.
Yeah, no one is home, not even close. Nyx is down in middle. It's a great call here for FaZe, and they're going to love the fact that the B bomb site's empty.
This might be one of those, if he doesn't get this kill, this might be one of those silly rounds where everyone just chooses to save. This bomb site can be so difficult. Oh, not anymore.
No,
now they got the kills. Smoke's broken open.
Bomb didn't even make it, Jason, either. It's all the way back, and all of a sudden, all this work done from Passion UA has been unraveled by Karrigan. With those 2 on the MAC-10, he's done very well to keep his team in this fight, but he's not going to be ready for Grim. Grim's got this all day long, and that bomb finally down as Brokey and Jacob, but they have a shot at this still.
Still not an easy retake. There's no utility, and there's only 1 kit on Kevem, so watch where he goes down outside the B bomb site at the moment. Nyx as well, low HP, so what can he do?
Grim waiting for his teammates to make the move. Smoke's fading at the door. Smoke's still up in tunnels. Steps being heard. It's a great kill here for Brokey. Jacob on the spin back to the tunnels. And Kevem is left 1v2. This time to try and step up with a clutch. He dives down into the bomb site. Money's gone for Passion Away if he can't win it, and he won't. Jacob against Kevem, and Jacob comes out on top.
Two tough clutches for Kevem to be put in early on in this match. This time it's Jacob who teaches him a lesson. That's really fine shooting. The snap back towards Grim. He was aware of the potential the whole time, but finding that timing and being ready for the timing is so difficult. A beautiful adjustment.
The interesting part is how we got to this clutch, Jason. Passion UA get 2 opening kills as they're coming into the B bomb site. The smokes are still up. How do you give that one away? You push into Carrigan and lower, he gets 2 on the MAC-10.
A little bit too overeager. I think they're trying to set up that flank with aggression very, very quickly with throwing caution to the wind. You could have played that a little bit slower so you can find Carrigan. You have to know there's a likely lurker over in mid at some point. I think they're trying to get there quick because they have Grim flanking from T-spawn as well, so they're hustling to find that timing, and the round just falls apart. 5-on-3 for Passion UA turns into a round-winning clutch from Jacob on Faze. And that's a broken economy now for the CT side. A disaster in the middle of this half. 5-3 in Faze with money control.
Oh, Kevem, he's still going to have a rifle. Everybody else having to take a hit. It's just pistols. Now outside of that one rifle spotting. Faze clan with 6-3 being the most likely outcome of round 9. These 5-7s can always cause problems, especially when they've got the support of the rest of the team up through middle. Kevem on the first as JT coming through in that P250. It's getting messy as Twists handles the Grim push it long.
Yeah, now the question becomes, does Passion want to try and find a way to fall back and just kind of disappear from the middle of the map? You've done good damage. You've made it an awkward round. You have an AK-47 on JT. You got an M4 on Nyx. Do you want to just back off and reset things? Because Faze is going to be very, very much on high alert now that this push has been spotted and done damage. So the round resets. And it's up to Passion really to find information on the map. 2 players at the B bomb site. Nyx is going to be playing all on his own with 100 HP in the M4. At some point, JT and Hulzerk are going to have to move to go find information, especially JT with 22 HP and just a pistol. That's the sacrificial lamb. Have him move around the map to let you know what's coming.
Yeah, they get by Nyx without being spotted, so they're out through the mid doors. 35 seconds, Hulzerk moves down the ramp, and just as it does so, I mean, Twist is ready to catch him.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate communication. Nyx was so pushed up on Catwalk, I think he might have just said nobody's in middle, and, you know, that might have just been a play where you think it's just clear and you just wander right into 3 players. Good shot from Twist, a nice one from Frozen as well. And all the danger subsides. 6-3 for Faze.
Yeah, nice little bit of pressure inside the middle for Passion UA, and maybe even an AK upgrade here for Nyx. He doesn't find it. It's towards top mid. Going to happily save just that M4 instead. So it was the most likely outcome of 6-3. Passion UA just made a little bit scary at a point. I'll get their buyback eventually around that corner.
Hey, Budapest, it's great seeing you guys today. Thanks everyone for showing up stage 2 of the major. I want to get a sense of how many of you have faith in Faze. So is Faze making it through stage 2? Okay, none of you have faith. That was quiet.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
There's a guy in a Carrigan jersey. I'll say he's
got
probably
faith.
believing in it. Yeah,
Tons of it.
not giving up on Carrigan. Yeah, it's a good turnout here for stage 2. It's only the start of the day as well. Plenty of action still to come as the BO1s have returned, Jason. Another go at those.
And all the exciting things they bring.
Yeah, they do. Get some weird results over on stage 1, and hopefully in stage 2 we get some of the same. Well, we got Brokey back in the AWP. The sniper charging for the opener up towards top. Short, and JT gets away with his life.
Yeah, Hulzerk doesn't have the op as well. That's been a mainstay of the Passion CT defense. This time Hulzerk can't manage it. Not enough money quite yet due to that reset. So Jacob's going to get short control largely for free. Some defensive presence there early on the jump for information, but now everybody's backed off. And Jacob might be willing to challenge this. With Passion in the money situation they're at, missing a few nades, some early pressure wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if you can bait that utility out early, because there's not a whole lot to follow it up from the defense. Faze content to remain quiet on the map. Keep Passion guessing of where they want to move. Smoke is up on short. Frozen maintaining some presence towards the B bomb site, acting like he wants to set up and execute later on. Re-smoked here at 44 seconds.
Such limited time already for Faze. No option. Oh,
yikes.
That was quite a miss, Smoke.
Yeah, that hasn't gone anything close to where they wanted it to go.
But the problem is, they're shaping up for a B split. But look at the setup here for Passion UA. You've got JT down in CT. Kevem has actually just been severed off from his teammate with that utility. And Faze are going to go through it. Kevem not able to take the first. He thought he got that kill. That's why he transferred off. But Carrigan just taking him down. And Faze have the player advantage. 13 seconds though. Bomb goes down at the window. They've got to pick it up. They've got to get it back right now, Faze. They've got to start planting, and they will. So bomb secured, and that should be the round now as Passion UA begin to back away.
It's a nice shot, but I don't think it's going to make you go for it. You have no kits, you got no utility, very, very low likely retake. So Passion, once again, is just going to have to back off and let Faze get up to 7. Nice little mid to B split with the left smoke. You're usually expecting that smoke in CT spawn. I think Kevem caught off guard by them coming through the smoke instead of wrapping around it. Lovely opening kill, and then it leaves Nyx all on his lonesome. And Passion really starting to get worked. Faze building up into critical mass on this T-side Dust 2, and it's looking like they won't be stopped.
Now we wonder, would they just keep up this faster pace? It seemed like the early game plan was certainly simple, fast rounds, hit that beat bomb side, come out long, but showing their ability to run the clock down to the final few seconds there. Definitely had its risks. The bomb goes down out the window. You've got limited time left, and could have been a little bit chaotic.
Thankfully, the bomb fell into the bomb site,
true.
so it's all
out, though.
yeah,
Oh
all
gosh.
good at the end of the day. All right, so what is Passion's response? Second timeout burned from the CT side as they talk things over. Still don't have money for that AWP, which would be something that Hulzerk wants to have to keep some information, maybe thin things out. The last time Passion tried any kind of an aggressive play was, 5 players essentially towards middle. And that's when Faze just broke into the B bomb site instead. So I don't know how motivated they'll be for an aggressive stance. But at the moment, Faze is getting everything they wanted. Map control that leads into being able to apply some pressure. So really, Passion in these last 2 rounds is going to have to find the solution on the fly.
Brokey's waiting for that lower tunnels push. Not necessarily challenging towards middle. Does prevent the information from being gathered by Kevem. Jacob tossing out the short utility. He's alone this time. Carrigan will come and join him eventually through top mid once that smoke is deployed towards the doors. Passion UA sending nades out short with no one home from Faze.
A late long take. Grim might have just made a footstep. They might be able to actually take advantage of this. Brokey's going to peek with the op. Grim's in transition. Oh, he's gone down. Perfect.
Oh, that's so frustrating. Not so perfect on the nades, though, there, Brokey, but absolutely happy with the kill he's got on Grim. It's created a big opening in the defense.
Yeah, that's a really bad rotation and movement from Grim. But now the problem is you don't have control of short, you don't have control of long, so where's the defense supposed to stand?
Well, it's Nyx fighting back. It's Jacob and Frozen both going down. We've got a 3v3. 45 seconds on the clock. That smoke goes down on the cross. JT swinging up into the bomb site. Trying to get there in time, but Carrigan is taking Hulzerk out, and Twist has the follow-up. No issue here for Faze. We've got Nyx doing what he can. Jumping shot on the Twist.
It's got to be an ace.
Yeah, you gotta love that little bit of style. But he's out of bullets now, going to the USP, doing everything he can through the sky.
The bomb dropped.
And the bomb did drop this time. Nyx is on for the ace, up against Carrigan, who's on 19 HP. This would be a stylish ace from Nyx, and that is exactly what Passion UA required.
What an incredible round from Nyx. When it all seemed falling apart, the double kill in middle felt like it was too little, too late. But a beautiful fight inside the bomb site. Heroic efforts jumping up to stop the plant. Brokey gives him the peak he wanted. Man, that's a miraculous round for Nyx. And absolutely necessary considering they didn't have a strategic answer to what Faze was doing. It had to be individual, but now the heroes brought down to 7 right at the start of the next round.
them to drop Jacob. Gonna go back again here, Brokey for the peek, and Brokey with the kill, so not bad at all again from Brokey, finding some impact for this AWP.
It's the exact kill he just got on Grim in the previous round as well, right? It's the same kind. It's holding the angle. That player is going to rotate right into your crosshair. So lovely op work from Brokey in these past 2 rounds. Double door smoked off, denial of information. Grim once again in a position to find a timing for the flank, but he's got to wait until his teammates are calling that Faze is committed elsewhere. Twist has the bomb, so he's going to have to leave at some point, but Grim is going to give it right up, but still wins the fight. I don't know how that's happened, but Twist is going to be frustrated, and this is going to burn so much time off the clock as Frozen has to fall back to recover the bomb, and he's got to be extra cautious because Grim just killed his teammate.
Just waiting, he's not alone either. He goes forward again, this time catching Frozen. Grim is just wrecking them. He may have been the problem in the last round getting caught, but this time with impact. And that second layer of defense is just too much for Faze to handle. And that bomb is down with not enough time to go and get it here for Brokey. He's got to pick on Nyx.
Yeah, but when you can't find the tactical answer, an ace from one player on your team in a clutch is a huge thing to have to get you up to 4. And then a round like this, where a missed kill from Twist that drops the bomb in a situation where it's so difficult to recover. Man, that's a cheesy way to get the last 2 rounds of the half, but Passion's gonna take it as close as it can be. 5-7 at the break.
Well, Faze have the lead coming into stage 2, but some life impassioned you at the end. Nyx jumping up, finding them, winning out in the ace clutch. An extra round secured at the end of the half. Jason, Passion Way absolutely have enough to keep this one competitive. We'll see if Faze can round it out.
Those last 2 rounds might put a little dents in the Faze armor, right? We've seen this Faze team have some tough games throughout stage 1. We've seen them get close to losing, close to elimination. That puts a couple little dents in it that might come back to haunt them later on if it could crumble the mentality. Jacob is going to be crouched behind the car for the moment. He's the only one at this A bomb site. Brokey's over towards short. He's gone down, and now Passion have access to the bomb site.
Yeah, Nyx just continuing to frag out. 14 and 6 now with the opening kill of the pistol here the second half. We've overwhelmed the site. Nyx will put the bomb down.
No more utility, so should be clean glimpses with these USPs into the bomb site, but no one's going to push towards short whatsoever. Kvem Gonna have to back away eventually and settle in for the retake. Gonna be very, very tough for Faze. There's no kit, but there's plenty of utility.
Util starting to be dropped into the bomb site now. Smoke up. Kavem and Holzerk, though, taking further kills here for Passion Yue. Is Frozen and Brokey doing what they can, but not a single kill from FaZe Clan in this second half pistol.
Okay, let's see, Passion. You're going to start building some momentum. If you can convert this second round, then things are going to be starting to feel really, really good for you. Already seeing some smiles break out, some of the pressure of that first half kind of abating with those final 2 rounds they were able to scrape together. In a pretty decent position if they can just survive this 1 round. Lovely stuff from Kavem and Holzerk. Couple of kills for Kavem. And now we're into round 14. Actually, there's no investment here, so FaZe is going to go for that early 3rd round gun round.
Which is going to allow this game to be tied up again. Kavem and Short actually getting overwhelmed. It's going to be Brokey to come out on top of the initial duel, but the rest of Passion Yue on the cleanup in middle. We've got a tie game again here on Dust 2. Kavem seems to be enjoying himself up there for the first time.
Yeah, I got to talk with him on media day as well. He seemed pretty comfortable, you know, for coming in as a major rookie. Didn't seem like the pressure was getting to him, but he did say he's a little nervous, a little excited to come in and step into the first game.
Absolutely, should be. It always comes back to bite players when they say that they aren't.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, we don't like that one. Be nervous. 7-7. Twists at the mid double doors. Gonna go for a lower push on timing. Nobody spots this.
No twists. Good peek out. It's gonna be 1 for Twists, and then Brokey blasting away JT as the trade. And we've got Passion Yue trying to accelerate the final 3 players through the tunnels into the fight against Frozen. He's kept himself tucked away, but his head goes a little bit too far back, and Grim able to detect him on that wide swing over. He ate that flashbang for a long time as well. The bomb still hasn't got across, and Jacob, he's got the kill on Nyx. It's a 2v3. Is Passion Yue finally getting that bomb planted, but they've got to win out in this clutch.
Yeah, and I think Holzerk and Grim would love to have an extra smoke, an extra Molotov to buy themselves a little bit of time. The flank is wide open as well. It looks like they want to get aggressive, and Jacob's ready for that also. Double kill from Jacob. Some impactful kills in this round. Grim's going to grab 1. Can't find the second. Brokey tucked behind the door, and FaZe respond immediately with the rifles. Lovely early setup with Twist and lower. The nade combination from Short. We kind of saw Passion trying to execute something similar in the first half, not able to get too much productivity out of it. FaZe show him how it's done in this round.
This is lower tunnels fight. It was a bloodbath in lower. FaZe coming out on top of it. A really important kill there from the peek out on Holzer. Jacob just about catching him.
Yeah, I mean, those are the critical ones, because that's actually such a clean entrance into the B bomb site. Frozen dodges 3 flashbangs, but it was the 4th and 5th that really destroyed him.
Look at that. Go for the peek out long. In search of a kill on Carrigan. He's going to be smoked out, won't be getting that opportunity, so we'll toss that back to Holzerk.
He's keeping the line, hoping that the long player would maybe spam into the smoke and give him the idea to pull the trigger on the spam, but Carrigan just kind of held back. Twist once again is very, very late pushed in towards lower. A very similar setup to the previous round, but Nyx is the only one in tunnels, so the retake might actually come from behind Twist.
Twist gets the kill on lower, this time untraded. And we've got Passion Yue with a last-ditch effort to get 4 players out of the longhouse. There's no one here early to detect it from FaZe.
And just due to any basic research that FaZe would have done coming into this game, and just in terms of who plays what spots, I mean, you only see Nyx there, where previously you'd seen 2 players swing. You hear no noises in middle, hear no utility being spent, no presence there. I think FaZe know exactly what's happening on the map right now.
Got Carrigan just waiting down towards CT, gets the swing out. Kavem removes Carrigan. We've only got 35 seconds in this round, though. As they move up, Passion Yue trying to get into the bomb site. Jacob again making it difficult, as he did in the previous round, but he's only got the 1 this time, and so Brokey will peek on up with a headshot, leaving it on Holzerk and Kavem with 24 seconds remaining on the clock. Holzerk goes forward, Brokey caught by the Khalil, and Twist decides he doesn't want to be caught on top of that box, so dives down to join his teammate. And Frozen, speaking of, gets that kill towards Car. So Holzrick with a 1v2 this time and denied by Twists.
That's always going to be a tough fight to beat Twist on. Beautiful headshot angle, almost seems made for him. Immediately puts Holzrick down in the attempted clutch. Once again, nice try from Passion. Getting some kills, getting some progress, getting into the bomb sites, but not able to find themselves in an advantageous post plant. No matter how good the round has looked, Faze has been able to scrape together the necessary kills to make the retakes very, very possible in these past few rounds. Gap in the smoke on the long cross as well, sells JT down the river. So some small mistakes added in there. Not a perfect game, obviously, out of Passion. Nice! And Faze have grabbed control once again.
Yeah, frustration can start to come through here in MR12 in the best of one. You've had your chances, you're missing out on a few of them now. Passion away once again, having to go back down to weaker weapons. Faze should be taking 10 rounds here. First team to reach double figures, so does 2, and it's clean. No problems here for Faze in a round like this. They only lose 1 player so far. JT getting spotted as well as Twist hunts him down.
This is a bad look, though. We just saw that huge sigh and groan out of Grim in frustration after the previous round.
Yeah.
And then a round like this where you invest in pistols, but you kind of just spread out with no real plan and just get picked apart without getting very many kills, without having any impact and having no point of attack as a team. That's what makes things start to feel to me from the outside like it's unraveling. That's when you realize the players are frustrated to the extent that they're kind of mostly focused on themselves individually than what needs to be done as a team to win the situation. Let's see if they can lock back in. Round 18. 10 rounds for Faze, 7 rounds for Passion.
We got Brokey going for that peek out through Cat. He's actually on the other side of the smoke as well. Could work out really well for an opening kill for Brokey as he gets that one pick and then drops in behind the cover of the smoke. We've seen Twist play this spot so many times. This time called out by Utility, forced into the open, and Twist gets no kill.
Yeah, Passion they were tired of losing players to Twist in that role in the lower dark. So yeah, use the Molotov, flush them out, and from now on, Twist might not actually play there. That's the 3rd time in this half, early on in this half, that he's played in the position.
Crazy to see him take it up again. But Passion away with that kill on Twist, have stabilized and equalized with 1:10 still on the clock. They begin to drift and think about taking short. They've got to use quite a bit of utility because they last spotted Brokey over here and they want to just make sure they get that AWPer off the angle. Brokey instead has gone down towards CT and Kvem has fallen it long. Carrigan getting Faze back into the lead on the player count. Holzrick searching for the trade. Oh, he should have got it, but he misses the shot on Brokey down towards CT. And Holzrick now locking in to try and get that B-ramp player, but realizes stepping a little bit further would cost him his life. So wants to get back and be available for the late stages of this round, but the timing to look away.
Carrigan, you dirty man.
Carrigan, this is disgusting, and Holzrick's gone because of it. Great work from Carrigan in this round, and 11-7, the scoreline reads.
It's coming short. You're going to have to fight from ramp. You don't have the time to get over towards railing, so Grim, you need that. It's not as clean, and the spray transfer not there, but Nix has found some freedom.
Held on, and it looked like that kill from Carrigan was going to open things back up for Faze completely and easily, but then a little bit of fight still in it, and they do close out an 11-7 thanks to Carrigan's kill at long.
Oh, man, that little stutter step from Carrigan along the wall, just shifting to the right when he realizes Holzrick's not applying pressure to middle. He's likely coming back to check the long flank. Just a great read of the situation, great game sense from the IGL on Faze, and one of the most experienced players we've got here at the Major.
Yeah, he just opens up that chance, and I mean,
he just does him so dirty.
Yeah, he does, and you know, this is it for Passion. You talk about all the emotional side of the game there, Jason, where it feels like it's starting to get away from them and fall away from them. That round really feels like it confirms it. Good work from Carrigan.
Looking like a different Faze in stage 2 than we had in stage 1. A small boot camp leading into the Major. Stage 1, hopefully a little bit extra warm-up for Faze as they struggled against pretty much everyone. Coming into stage 2, obviously conversation of let's not mess up in these best of ones. Let's not just deal with that scenario whatsoever. JT still looking calm and stoic despite the situation that his team is in. 11-7 now in the favor of Faze. And outside of that Knicks round, like, I mean, we haven't had the individual. The desk mentioned it a bunch as well, especially with the map coming to Dust 2, a map that FaZe is going to enjoy playing very, very much. It kind of mentioned you're going to need some of the individual efforts. You're going to need something spectacular out of the individual players. And we haven't really seen that. One round out of Knicks where he gets the ace, but outside of that, everyone's kind of playing within themselves, no one going above and beyond. And we are at a point where it feels like FaZe have taken complete control of this. Last time out called by Passion. TC takes over the mic in the conversation, letting JT take a rest. It's been 4 straight rounds for FaZe's CT side.
Well, TC trying to fire them up. Lose this, the map is very likely to end against you. They'll come into it with rifles, Grim and Nyx, alongside JT with those Galil still in hand, and an AK-47 is all that Kavem can play with it, so at least he's got the one premium rifle available at Halswick. Let's see how much he can do realistically with a scout. FaZe with that point to be the most likely outcome here. Kavem's actually got out long. He's got in behind the blue bin. A decent position to have this early in the round. Kavem going to be forced out by utility into the fight. It's going to be Nyx to come out on top of it, though, as Jacob is gone.
Whoa. Very quick shot, almost is able to land it. Brokey's in a little bit of trouble, but for the moment he's got plenty of safety from Kerrigan, from the smokes to extinguish the Molotov, and he can make a decision. Does he want to stay at car and be tricky about it, or does he want to reposition elsewhere? One more Molotov on JT out at long to use for this car position, but JT's back in T-spawn.
Brokey still feeling very pinned, very claustrophobic towards the car. At this point, has to fight his way out of it. Misses the shot on Kavem, and now there's 2 rifles looking directly at him. Oh, a tough scenario. Gets even harder now for Brokey. Takes up the angle, goes into the peak, and still comes out on top. The second peak won't be as lucky nor successful as Grim will drop Brokey. 44 seconds. Twist loses the jewel inside of mid. Essential fights falling in favor of Passion UA, and they are going to close this round out in their favor.
Yeah, FaZe might have felt a little bit of pressure of wanting to make something happen with everything applied to Brokey. Actually, some of the best work Brokey was doing was just how long he was staying alive and chewing time off of that clock. Only 25 seconds remain, but full map is available to Passion, so they hurry over to the B bomb site. Halzark will get that planted. We'll have an 8th round for Passion as Frozen just decides to save the AK-47 out at long. Now, it seems like FaZe have taken control of this. This is a great round to put a stop to that momentum. And if you look down at the money of FaZe, it's pretty strong on a couple players, but if Passion keeps chipping away at that, the later stages in this half, if they're able to cause that reset, that's going to bring them back into a tie game. Whenever that comes, that economic reset that Passion is chasing after right now is basically the only ability they have to get into this game and snatch it away right at the tail end.
Halsark celebrating that one with a small round of applause from himself. Brokey, I think, does very well in this round to stay alive for that long, and also you can get one out of it.
Could have had a couple more. There were a couple other chances
Sure.
that he missed one.
So Frozen with a flash could set up Twist for a peek here.
Twist has had no chill throughout this half. He is setting up aggressive play after aggressive play on the CT side.
Yeah, it just keeps coming at them.
Yeah,
Mixed success though for Twist.
If he heard them running down mid, he would have called for the flashbang to go through if they were taking it fast.
Well, Carrigan, look at that, bulldozing his way forward. The smoke break allows 1 kill to come in, but it also allows for that trade from Kavem. Minute 15, Twist still waiting, chomping at the bit to get involved. He could combine his efforts with Jacob's push up through short. This could be very effective, or it could be disaster. And so far, it looks like disaster. Then Frozen and Jacob step up together. Twist may not have found success, but the other two do. And we've got Grim and Halswick with a minute on the clock, making their final moves towards A, but Grim just about getting stopped. So it's on Halswick, the Norwegian, needing the clutch. And he's got both kills already. Halswick pauses, waits for the swing, and it's Jacob again. He won a clutch earlier in the first half. He's got to do it once more, this time up against Halswick. That plant locked in, secured.
Degree in IT and e-commerce, and then got into Counter-Strike